second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes, the last meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Minutes are approved. Thanks, Scott. Next item is the Wellsboro drain.
Got the wrong agendas, maybe. DCL.
Ah,
Maybe last month's meeting, again?
let me get my glasses on here. I'll just test you.
We can talk about Wells.
Maybe I don't have, did I not bring the right one?
So, were we getting these things in the mail?
Yeah, I never got the.
So I haven't been getting anything in the mail. That's probably why I missed the last meeting.
You didn't get today?
I have not gotten today's, I got
Yeah, I don't have today's
emailed
either.
to me, but I didn't get the paper version.
Gosh, it went in the mail Tuesday last week.
I haven't gotten it.
Where'd you mail it out of?
Oh, downstairs there.
Huh?
Well, I give it to the treasurer's office, mails all our stuff.
I tell you what, this is terrible, but I drive to Hope to mail everything. They've lost stuff here at the Columbus Post Office, and it takes 2 weeks for Columbus mail to get somewhere. And Hope, I put my American Express bill in up there Monday afternoon, and Wednesday afternoon they got it. I don't understand it.
So
I've had a lot
I,
of stuff taken.
and that's, I mean, I've been thinking, so wonder why I haven't been getting anything. The last thing I was the April 13th.
Did
So-
you eventually get last month's?
I haven't gotten
You
nothing.
didn't even ever get it.
No.
I got the June 8th later.
I don't know what I got.
Yeah, I got mine a couple weeks ago.
We'll have to either, I could hand deliver yours, you're just
Yeah.
down the road from me, but,
Well, the email's fine as long as I think to print it before I.
well, yeah, sometimes that's a lot of stuff to print.
Maps and everything.
Maps and all that.
Give it to Carl. He can take it to Hope.
I could take it
Tom,
to-
you can
I could
drive
take it
by
to
home.
Have them put postage on it and take it to Hope, I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
We have had trouble with 3 different things mailing to him and within the last 6 months. And like one of them, he got 3 months later, like he got the second. So we've just started, I meet him at the farm and give it to him because,
wow.
and he has a PO box. I don't understand.
It's crazy.
But anyway,
Okay.
we're not gonna solve that problem.
DC Elliott drain.
I'm gonna go over the surveyor's report for this phase 2 reconstruction. Back in March, the board moved this phase 2 up to the top of the priority list. Just a little recap. I'll go through the surveyor's report, but phase 1 was completed back in August of 2019. And phase 1 included replacement of the tile line, the main line here through Cooper's, and then also replaced the line that went east and west along the road. And that was what do we call that? That was the second branch. We replaced the main line in the second branch back in 2019. So that leaves, I'm gonna walk up here and just point these out. The first branch, back in the 80s, the Coopers pattern tiled this farm, and they paralleled our line with a new plastic line. So basically, any need to replace the first branch, and they haven't had any problems with that old line, so I don't anticipate any need to do anything on that first branch in the future. The other line, the fourth branch, we connected the fourth branch back in 2019. And that was a 7-inch clay line and it was open and clean. So I don't anticipate the need to do anything with that fourth branch at this time. So that takes us to the second branch is what the phase two recommendation would be to reconstruct that second branch. And we're proposing to replace that 12 and 10 with a 15. And that would allow the Coopers to, they have a line up into here now, but Randy would like to pattern tile this entire parcel. So he's excited about the thought of having a tile to connect to. He really hasn't had any other changes in the watershed since 2019. There's been a couple other homes that have been, parcels that have been subdivided, but the watershed, we have the watershed mapped the same as we did on phase one. And with the increase in tile costs recently, we've got an estimate on this phase two of 70,000. And in your packet is a proposed possible assessment schedule based on a even per acre rate across the watershed on that 70,000. And that would be right at $175 an acre, one-time payment, or $525 a lot. So we are prepared to go to hearing September 14th, if that's good with you guys. Be glad to answer any questions. Once we get this second phase in, I don't anticipate any other need for tile from the county up in that watershed.
Pretty clear cut, so. I guess go to hearing and see what they say, and then we'll just go from there.
Be fine. What we'll plan on.
Need a motion or?
Now, if you guys are good with going to September
Yes.
14th and you're okay with the assessment schedule as proposed, and we'll proceed accordingly.
Good. Denoy Creek, the Streetermeyer Crossing. That's. I've seen it. There's a picture.
You need.
I guess they have one, or Carl has one. I don't think any of us have.
I've seen it.
I've got it ready for copy. Thank you.
That's that piece of Dawn Farms, huh? I've driven over that a few times. Have you?
Fiddlemore Farms has, I think it's about a 90-acre parcel there on the Strittlemore Arm. And the majority of that property is in the process of being developed for subdivision. Strittlemore Farms is gonna retain, the eastern portion of that farm that's in the flood hazard of Denoise Creek. The western portion, the majority of the farm, the high ground will be developed. And I think the name of the subdivision is Timberland Springs. And it's already been annexed and rezoned. I think it's going to City Plan Commission next month for preliminary plat. So, there's an existing crossing that was actually replaced when this section was reconstructed a few years ago. Actually, the Board of Aviation paid for that, crossing replacement at that time. The existing crossing will stay with the part that's being developed, and Arbor Homes intends to keep that crossing. They're going to use that for maintenance to get across the drain to maintain the buffer area on both sides of the Strittlemore Arm. So the Strumar Farms would like a new crossing on the portion that they're gonna retain to get across the Strumar Arm. And they are willing to pay the entire cost of that new crossing. They just need the board's approval to put that crossing in, and they're looking at doing that this fall or winter after crops are harvested. So been working with Dan Strittlemar. He lives out in Colorado on that, so Dan's gonna have that crossing put in. He's been talking, I think, with Jerry Wells about doing that. And they're gonna have that, need to put that crossing in, and also they intend to relocate the irrigation system to water what's gonna be still farmed. So that's kind of where we're at with that, but they would like your approval so they can go ahead and put that crossing in.
What is the existing crossing right now? You know, the size of it? And
We upped that. I think it was a 4-foot pipe when that ditch was put in as part of the airport. I think it's a 5 foot now. And I told Dan it might be good to bump that up maybe a little bit. So he's willing to do that.
Yeah, if they put a whole bunch of houses there on that 90 acres, they're gonna put more pressure on that ditch.
Well, they have to retain a lot of that.
Do they?
Meet the city ordinance. So there'll be a lot of lakes out, ponds. There's a lot of lakes and ponds.
Really?
Yep. Place for the geese to land.
You know how many acres in that whole parcel?
I do not.
You say they're gonna develop about 90?
I think 90 is I think about 90 was the whole parcel. They're not gonna develop all of it. I got a sketch here. Carl, you want? This doesn't even really show it. Shows most of the farm. There's some more property. They're gonna retain this portion here, but the rest of it won't
Oh,
be
okay.
developed.
So is the lane kind of that this is developed and this is left?
The property line will be, right through here, because this is all flood hazard. Yeah, that's pretty, I think they've adjusted that a little bit, but that's pretty close to what the plan will be.
So this is all flood.
Floodway, flood hazard for the Noise Creek, yeah.
A lot of homes.
A lot of homes stacked right on top of each other.
Yeah.
Crazy to me.
Me being the eldest here, I can remember as a boy going back that farm when Charlie was alive. That would have been Bob's dad, that'd been Dan's grandfather. And this ground to the west of that farm, gosh, when I was a boy, you would never believe they even could put houses in there, because that was the wettest, swampiest ground. But you know, we've all heard that expression, if we can't farm it, let's put her in houses. And that's what they did there. This was actually one of these parcels here on that west of that road was Chapel, Phil Chapel. Bill Chappell ended up marrying one of Bob Mahan's daughters, I think. But they were just a poor family, poor wet farm. And now it's all houses, all houses. So anyway,
Is the fairgrounds like
Right here.
up that way? Okay.
yeah, north of
This
this.
is Deaver Road.
Yeah. Deaver Road, isn't that the one that goes in the south side of the fairgrounds?
No, so this-
REMC is just off the bottom left. Your
Oh.
page here.
It's like right here.
Yeah.
Okay, I know where that's at now. All right. Yep.
Like
And then
Bethel Baptist
Toyota.
Church is down here. and-
Okay, so
That
this is,
that pavement on the bottom
That's
of the page is the old airport.
yeah, all right.
It's very
Okay,
north
I know
of
where
there.
it is now. Yeah, okay. Just why you said the aviation did the, all right.
So anyway,
Okay.
okay.
What do we need?
Just a motion, if you're okay with that crossing being
I
installed.
mean,
just a
you're
motion.
kind of overseeing it, right? And
Yeah, we'll help him set the elevation and make sure it's sized
seems
and
to me like we ought to, I make a motion that we go ahead and let them do it. However that's supposed to be said.
I'll second that.
Been Moved and seconded to approve the Strudemeyer crossing. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Been approved.
I think Kevin Kidd lives like somewhere like right here, right across from, or just down from RMC or something like that.
He's down from RMC,
Yeah.
but he's building a new house, so he'll be moving. in
Yeah,
about the
that's what he
same-
said.
Status of the drain funds.
All right, got any extra?
There's a copy. So is that after the spring collections?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys hear that one? Justin, this is a report that we put together, normally twice a year after spring settlement and fall settlement. just
I
to-
think I saw the one previous to
Okay,
this.
Okay.
I remember seeing something like this, so.
Nothing, probably the major, item would be, we've got a substantial payment on the, William Brockman Phase One reconstruction. 60,000 plus payment, which was about half of the balance that was due to the general drain fund. So that 60,000 was put in the general drain fund, so that helps the general drain fund out balance considerably. Takes us up to almost 143,000 in the general drain fund currently. The other, funds that still owe, I guess significant amounts to the general drain fund would be the Brush Creek at 115,000. And then, the Cross Creek construction has paid a lot of theirs down, but they still owe 35,000. And with the William Brockman still at 63,000. And the big item that was just completed would be the Tillman Phase Two at 223,000. All the other drains, most of them are in the black. So, I think we're in pretty good shape. And with what we have planned, currently, then if we need to borrow some from the general drain fund, it has sufficient funds at this point, so I think we're in pretty good shape. Be glad to answer any questions on any of those numbers.
Well, that Tillman, I'm sure that when that year's free interest comes up, somebody like Arnholtz, they'll pay that.
I would anticipate,
They'll pay, and they had a big percent
correct.
of it. So. Yeah.
Any other discussion on the drain fund? All right, update on projects and petitions.
Okay, as far as anything going on, talked to Steve Downing, I think Friday, he hopes to get done spraying this week. If the weather cooperates, I think he's making progress. They switched, before they were almost 100% drone, but this year they've been more heavy just on the ground equipment. They can just get more done, as long as they can get through the crops. They've been doing just the ground equipment, but there's been some areas where the crops are up and they can't get between the crops and the ditch. They've used the drone. So been working out pretty well. Last month, the board approved a cost share on the Deborah Richard private crossing on the Joseph Anthony Drain. And I talked to her recently and she was okay with proceeding with that crossing replacement. So we'll move ahead with those plans to clean the drain and also replace the crossing. So, everything's good on that right now. We do have the Blair Thompson hearing scheduled for next month, August 10th, and that's the request for a new drain down in that subdivision. So I'll have more information for you for that meeting on that petition. And I think, with the scheduling the Elliott hearing on September. That's all I've got, Jason.
Sounds good.
I asked, Jim Schultz not here today, I asked him about that, Robert Finkel lawsuit. And he said he really didn't have nothing to report at the present time. Is that about right?
Yeah, there is, get the date right, I think it's on July. August, there's a hearing coming up here real soon. We don't really have to be present for it because we're not presenting evidence or witness or anything like that, but it's it'll be a hearing at the court. So as of right now, it's in the judge's hand, just making the decision. He said the attorney for Beck Rocker, who is our counsel that we've hired, he said we don't need to be present, but I'm still gonna go just to be there so I can hear what's happening. So, but that's where we are as far as that goes. It's up to the judge at this point to make the decision. Don't really want to say a whole lot more of it.
I moved to adjourn.
All right, I'll second.
I'll third. Can I do that?
Been moved and seconded.